Welcome aboard our Battleships podcast. This is a podcast analyzing anime relationships, whether they be canon or one the fans enjoy. Please be aware that our battleships are equipped with state-of-the-art weapons designed to leave no ships behind. If there is a ship that you hold dear to your heart, there's a possibility we don't. We are not aiming our cannons at you personally and mean no harm by sharing our opinions with you. We are simply anime fans talking about ships we either love or hate. This is not an informative podcast, so don't take anything we say as gospel. Keep in mind, our sails are painted in the blood of many spoils of war, displaying everything beginning to end. If you haven't seen the anime, we will reveal many of the exciting details to you, so you have been alerted. Again, this is your spoiler warning. Thank you for listening. I will now hand the wheel over to our captains.
Welcome to Battleships, Shipped or Sunk. We're anime fans discussing anime ships that we love or hate and come to a final decision. Do we ship the pairing or do we sink it with our cannons? My name is Kaylee, and I'm the asexual that somehow came up with this romance podcast.
My name is Juno, and Yuri on Ice was actually my first sports anime and boy love.
Oh, okay.
Damn it, all I can think of is Victor naked. Hello, I'm Zephyra.
Oh my gosh, you actually are gonna...
God damn it. I am the horny one of the group. Okay, do you know how many times Victor was naked in this show?
Yes,
like, come on.
Yes, hello?
I know. Hello. Melt.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna pass away into oblivion now. Okay.
We can see Zephyr jumping the fence into the hot springs.
Yeah. Good, cry me. She would.
Look at those cheeks. She looks way too satisfied with herself.
And the thing is you know Victor would be posing too.
Hell yes, he would be.
Oh yeah, he does a lot.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and start off our Battleships podcast with our roll for ship. This is a list of romance questions that we carefully came up with, and we will be rolling a D100 to determine the question we answer before we talk about Victor and Yuri, although we've already been talking about one of them, so we've kind of broke script here.
Yeah, we can deviate a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's fine. We run this podcast. If you have issues with it, you can come fight us. We have
do
cannons.
Whatever the fuck we want.
I don't know how I feel about them coming to find us.
Okay, come after me and Zephyra. We got it. Okay, I'll roll now.
Go.
We've got 57. Let me look at the list here. What is an OTP of yours that you feel deserves more popularity?
OTP?
Ooh. One true pair. So this would be, what is a couple, one of your favorite couples? You will never ship these two with anyone else kind of OTP. Would you like having more popularity? You feel like deserves more love. Well, for me, of course, I feel like I need to do the very first gay couple I ever shipped in my entire life.
I know the answer now.
It is actually Phi Fluorite and Kurogane from Tsubasa.
I take it back. I was not expecting that answer.
That was seriously yours?
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I love that we're on the same wavelength. So
keep going. I'm just gonna look a little longer.
I threw Zephyr's game all out of loop, man.
Swept the rug out from underneath her, and now she's fumbling for a second answer.
So here's the thing. I wish that the manga and anime as a whole got more of a hype than it does. Granted, it was written a while ago. But for me, I think that even within the show, that this couple needs to get some more recognition than they do.
Yes.
Because there are so many moments, especially in the manga, that just screams that they are a thing or they have interest in each other. I mean, spoilers ahead, but literally Kurogane sacrifices his arm to save Fi. Also, on another mote, he also basically turned Fi into a vampire, but one that would only be able to feed off of him. So try to convince me they're not gay for each other. I really want to fight someone on that. There we go. That's my show.
Hell yes.
She's looking for blood.
And
I'm sitting a little too close, man.
I have Psychic Princess with Cheonyeonchi and the Prince of Yi. I still need to finish the Donghua, but oh my gosh, I want to see more.
They are a funny couple.
Yes.
And the show does a great job. I still need to read the manhwa for it. But
Be forewarned, the opening is chaotic and I love it.
that's the only reason she chose it.
Slightly.
It really is a really good show. I really enjoyed it myself. It's
a
good.
one.
It's a really good one. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
It's worth watching.
It is.
Yeah.
Although I wish, they had more, content. Because I know the story goes on significantly longer than that. So I would love to see the struggle.
And all the palace guys are pretty much falling for her.
Yep.
She's a mysterious woman.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good one. I like it. Good
Yeah.
choice. Good one. All right. My choice is Yona and Hawk from Yona of the Dawn.
I knew from a mile away that was the one you were going to choose.
Hey, it is
my-
phenomenal. Okay, it is my absolute favorite manga of all time, and I wish it had more.
Oh, tell me about it. I still need to catch up on the last few books, on the last book or two, but oh my
Face the mic more.
Oh my god, it is so good.
You must catch up.
I definitely will.
You better.
The last part I got to, oh my god.
But I love their relationship progress, like how it becomes the way that she falls in love with him too, and he's had feelings for her since he was a child, and so I love seeing it. Like, he gets the girl.
I think it's so sweet just how dedicated Hawk is to Yona throughout the entire time. All of the people around Yona have moments, but he absolutely does not. He does not even waver, other than when it comes to letting her come along because of safety concerns.
The only time he wavers is if her safety is on the line.
Yep.
But I love that. Just, he was originally supportive of Yona's feelings for Suwon.
Man, he was very supportive of them.
Yeah, and he had his own feelings for her, but he stepped back because he knew she didn't feel that way about him. And then Suwon betrays them. And he puts everything on the line that night to get her out of the palace safely. And then he stays with her. Like, she begs him to stay with her because originally there's a moment where he tried to leave her because he, he was worried about her coming with him. But then they're together. They're powerful together. Mm-hmm. And I love it. Oh,
man, even if she didn't find the other dragons, man, I know he's human, but he's definitely the black dragon.
Thunder Beast.
Thunder Beast.
But I love their moments together in the manga and seeing their development and their precious moments, and their love confession is hysterical.
When whenever she implies or gets close, he's like, did I hear that correctly?
Right? He has a hard time comprehending that her feelings for him are changing.
Huh? Oh, Kaylee, you need to read this shit.
I am working on it. Leave me alone. I'm working towards it.
Thankful it's in a future episode, because then you will finally read it.
Yes.
I am working on it.
Especially where we are now in the manga.
Now, our fellow shippers, it's time to talk about our couple, Viktor Nikiforov and Yuri Katsuki from Yuri on Ice. Our lovely pair, and yes, the pork cutlet bowl, the little piggy. Am I the only one that relates to Yuri Katsuki like way too much? I was rewatching Yuri on Ice, and I'm just thinking the entire time that I know what he's going through, and I just want to give him a hug the entire time.
Yep.
Which is saying a lot. I don't like hugs, guys.
That is very true.
Yeah.
But, oh my gosh, yeah, he is really relatable.
Oh my gosh.
But, and then here comes Viktor into the picture to turn the little piggy into a prince.
Yep. I love these two so much. But should we start off with their aesthetic and how they look side by side with each other? The fact that we have another light versus dark character for the fourth anime in a row on this on the show.
Other common thing is one character is slightly shorter than the other.
Yep.
That is very true.
Oh, dang. Light and dark. It's too powerful of a trope.
Yep. It's too powerful of an influence. Although, I guess, looking back, Kyo and Toru wasn't necessarily as light and dark.
No, that was more their personalities.
It was more their personalities. And I feel that in Yuri on Ice, it actually is very balanced personality-wise, even if their personalities are a little eccentric, aka Viktor. But
I love Viktor for it.
Oh, I think it's so funny because 100% of the time he's teasing the shit out of Yuri. Just
He's a man after my own heart. Like, whoever I'm with, I gotta tease him and make him
I totally relate to Viktor on that level, because I love to tease myself. So like all the times he like flusters Yuri, and it just makes me cackle, because I'm like, I would do the same thing.
Yes. And apparently I'm just Yuri. I'm just Yuri, where everyone picks on me.
You make it too easy.
Yeah.
But what I love is, like, originally Viktor is Yuri's skating idol. Like, he has been trying to catch up to him because he just has adored him since he saw him on TV. Like, when Viktor started competing, and and then suddenly he appears in his hot springs. And it's just like, like your idol suddenly appears before you.
And not only does he just appear, he appears naked.
Oh my goodness.
Like, come on, like, that's a shock factor. And then he's also telling you he's going to be your coach. Like,
honestly, I wonder how many times Yuri pinched himself like, am I actually dreaming here? Am I awake? What in the fuck is going on here?
Well, there was that one day after it became official. Yuri, when he wakes up, he could not tell if it was just a dream or if it was really happening, that Viktor was there for him.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
So the crazy thing is even in the hot springs, though, they had met twice before that. And the funniest thing is one of them Yuri doesn't even remember. And then the second one, Yuri remembered with like great disappointment in himself.
Yeah, that actually made me sad because like he had dreamed of meeting his idol, but then he actually said to himself that he was an idiot for thinking that he could meet his idol on the same playing field. And the fact he walks away like made me feel really sad because that had been his dream for so long, because he had been trying to like replicate Victor like on his skating. Like that was his one big motivation for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets the chance, and then he just is so upset.
Man, even Victor's face was disappointed that Yuri didn't come talk to him.
Yeah, he didn't say anything. He just turned and walked away, and even Victor looked really sad about like the rejection.
Oh, that
just like,
broke
no!
my heart.
I mean, I know they didn't like know each other before that yet, but like the fact that Yuri loved him so much already as his idol, and that's how the first initial meeting went.
Yeah. I love this couple so much, guys. I don't even know where to begin because there's so much ground to cover. When I was rewatching this, I literally have 3 pages worth of notes that I wrote down for 12 episodes. How the fuck do I have about 3 times as many notes about Victor and Yuri compared to Inuyasha and Kagome that we did last time?
A lot more.
I don't understand.
I have a lot of notes too. This is gonna be fun.
I didn't write any notes, but oh my god. It is so damn good.
So I'm probably going to get into a lot of deep convos about myself because, like I said, I see a lot of myself in Yuri, and just being able to have someone suddenly show interest in you in something that you felt kind of insecure about yourself, I think is just such a sweet thing because, you know, at that time, Yuri wasn't even sure if he really wanted to do skating professionally anymore. He didn't really have many plans. And then he just decided, you know, I'm going to show my childhood friend this skating piece that I've done based off of Victor.
What he did previously.
Yeah.
To win back his love of skating is what he said to her, like hoping by replicating Victor again, like to help him rebuild his love for the sport.
Yeah. And then, you know, that going viral, he was hiding under a rock like, oh my God, what happened? I don't like this.
Why did you post this?
Why me? You know, and then it suddenly became this more beautiful thing with Victor showing up and being like, hey, I'm your coach now. Yuri going, yeah, right. What?
Well, at the same time, it's mainly focusing on Yuri, but at that time, it's expressed that more later in the show, but Victor had no passion anymore because his main drive is surprising and wowing the audience. And at this time, or at the beginning, he could not come up with anything. He had no more passion. And so Yuri became his new passion, like to help. So like how Victor inspired Yuri to get back into skating, it's also the same thing for Victor.
Yeah. And I love that they became each other's motivation to skate again. And it's so cute.
And that being like the final drive for Victor to actually show up in Japan to coach Yuri, like seeing him perform his routine.
And
then that was it. He was off. Even his coach was yelling at him, like, don't go. He's like, bye.
Bye, out of here. You know, I just thought of something, and we're going to be kind of jumping into later topics, but I think it's important. You know, the fact that Yuri during the party, or Yuri doesn't remember, asked Victor to be his coach. And then the next time that Victor sees Yuri, Yuri's like turning away, you know, emotionless, probably gave Victor the wrong idea. Like, is he ashamed? Does he not like me anymore because he failed and can't, you know, face me anymore? And then finally seeing, you know, Yuri perform his skating routine, realizing that Yuri's not, he doesn't hate Victor. he's just fucking shy as hell.
And he also doesn't remember.
And I
I was so wasted. I love those photos at the end of that episode, like all the chaos.
oh my goodness.
Well, in the thing, it said, it did say, hey, Victor, if I beat you at a dance-off, you will become my coach. And they did a dance-off. And for Victor to do that means Yuri beat him.
Yep.
Yep, I love the dance off. That's so funny. And the fact that Yuri was even dragged into it.
Yeah, everyone was dragged into it.
He doesn't remember.
So clothes go flying. Whenever they get drunk, clothes go flying.
Oh my goodness, for real.
No shit.
Of course, that's what Zephyr notices.
But then, like, how close, like, Victor and Yuri got that night at the party. And then, like, when then Victor shows up to be his coach, and then Yuri's suddenly like running away from him. Like, that probably was really confusing for him, especially like when he was getting all close and getting all flirty and everything, and Yuri was just completely like, oh my god.
Gay panic, gay panic.
Gay panic.
It's so funny. But no, I didn't actually even think of that aspect of it, because I just thought that he's kind of a flirtatious person by nature. But I guess, yeah, Victor probably was flirting even more with Yuri because of that dance off and the party. I didn't think of that.
Man, like I said, he is naturally flirtatious and outgoing and confident, but like, yeah.
And then, then Yuri's running away. And he's probably really confused by that, because even he says, like, why are you running away?
Let's have a slumber party.
Oh my gosh. And then he's like cuddling his poodle later with tears in his eyes because his little piggy wouldn't have a sleepover with him.
Oh, poor Victor.
And then when he has to, skate to, the sexual love thing, like arrows. Yeah.
Yes.
And then when he's watching Victor perform it for him so he can start learning it, he's like, it's enough to make me, a man, pregnant. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so gay.
It's enough to make me pregnant.
That whole time, I was just face palming. I mean, Zephyr can attest. I was just completely... Oh. It was secondhand embarrassment, but it's also so true to the fact that he just has this tie with Victor that nobody else has.
They talk about this other character that's all about arrows, and it's like, no, fuck no. No one can be Victor. He's the arrows.
But Yuri joins him on the ice, like, kind of like maybe start learning the program, and then like Victor gets really close and like caresses his lips, and he's just like, no one in the whole world knows your true arrows. It may be a luring side to you that you are yourself are not aware of. And Yuri's just like, I mean, come on, having your idol that. Because then you think about it, Victor is the one that awakens that side of Yuri. When Yuri says that he's going to become, a seducing pork cutlet bowl to seduce Victor.
Yep.
I'm gonna seduce you like no one else can.
Mm-hmm.
And the most seductive pork
cutlet bowl.
Pork cutlet bowl.
But then also in that episode, that's actually what starts the touchiness between them, because like really much so, because like Victor was the only one, kind of like touching him here and there. But then that's the first time Yuri hugs Victor, like right before he performs. And then after that, the next episode, then you see how much Victor's like hanging off him like a leech.
Just one hug is all the permission he needs.
Because then I guess to him that meant like he's okay with being touched now. So then they start hugging a lot.
Or doing little flirtatious moves like Yuri grabbing Victor's tie and pulling him closer and stuff like that.
And then the
gosh.
cute Yuri poking Victor on the head.
Oh my gosh.
goodness.
I love that part because then Victor slumps to the ice and is like, I don't know if I'll ever recover.
And Yuri's just bowing on the ice like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
I love that, like the dramatics that Victor will pull off. It's so funny.
Is it really
And then-
getting that thin?
Just the voice change of, oh. But like that makes me a little sad then, like though, like because at first, like after Victor officially becomes Yuri's coach, that like at first Yuri's afraid to like let him see his weak side, so he kind of like withdraws at first from Victor because like Victor says, let's go do something, like let's go skate or something, do something fun together,
Let's have a sleepover.
and then Yuri kind of runs away. And you can see how sad that makes Victor because he's trying really hard to get close to his student. And Yuri's just like, I don't want like my idol to see the side of myself that I don't like, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Until, you know, Victor shows up at his door and is like, yay! Like with that intense look. And you're like, oh shit. Like there's no running this time. And then they go down to the beach and then Victor's like, who do you want me to be to you?
Oh, my goodness.
Do you want me to be your father, your friend, your lover?
And only after Lover did Yuri freak out.
The panic. Like, oh my God. And then just that to me was like a really good moment of showing like solidifying their bond, like getting like that heart to heart to each other. Like Yuri finally talks to Victor.
What point, what was it, that beach scene, or when was it you commented of that's when Yuri started changing, his feelings for Victor started changing, because for the longest time it was adoration, and then it just slowly changed more into I love this guy.
I think it was the second time he performed Eros. Because the first time he performed the Eros, what is it? The short program? Is that what it's called? The short program. He originally thought of it as a pork cutlet bowl, and then he slowly started changing it to I'm going to be this pork cutlet bowl that seduces Victor. And then he's suddenly like, no, fuck the pork cutlet bowl. I'm seducing this man.
I'm no pork cutlet. I cannot say that word, but I'm not this food. I am the only one who can seduce Victor.
Yep.
No one else is as eros as me.
Oh yeah, and he flat out says that too, and it's so gay. It's so gay.
Oh,
Because even like when Yuri goes to perform it at another time, Victor tells him to turn around, and so he does, you know, like all awkward, and then he hugs him from behind.
Yes.
And then Yuri's just like, oh, you know, panic.
pictures are going cameras are going crazy, but
And then Victor tells him, seduce me with all you have. That's where I really start thinking that relationships are changing, because then it's just like, seduce me. Like,
don't seduce them. Don't seduce anyone. Only seduce me.
be the pork cutlet bowl for me.
Oh my gosh. After that one performance, Yuri is just flying to Victor with a bloody nose. That scene. And Victor's like, open wide, give me a hug, watch the nosebleed.
Yeah. The fact that they're so playful with each other too, and that kind of goes away a little bit more as the series progresses. But the fact that they were just, you know, kind of like two cats batting at each other for the first little bit, and a lot of their flirting and teasing moments, and then later on,
So playful.
Well,
Yeah.
there was that one scene after it got all serious and Victor played that cruel trick. Where,
Oh.
but after that, Victor is a little sullen because he knows he messed up, and Yuri's just poking him on the head and goes off to do his thing. And in his mind, as he's dancing, he's just roasting Victor throughout his whole routine. Stupid Victor!
I know he didn't mean it, but why did he have to say it?
said, like, yeah, it really did help me to get the tears out before the competition. But honestly, throughout that whole routine, he's not seducing Victor. He's just roasting him.
It was so good.
So even a little later, there's still that playful back and forth or a little bit, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But then when Yuri announces what his the theme for his program is going to be for that season, and he says it's going to be love and everything, during that, while he's talking to the his internal thoughts, he says Victor is the first person I've ever wanted to hold on to. And then you think about that when he's like telling everyone that his thing is going to be love. In a way, that was kind of a love confession. But what's funny is Victor didn't understand because he doesn't speak Japanese. And so he's just sitting there like with his poodle, like with the rest of the family, listening to it when Yuri's announcing this, and everyone else kind of catches it, but Victor's just like, "We're gonna burn that tie when you get back."
He's so focused on that tie.
I actually didn't catch that it was in a different language, but I listened to it in English, so all of it was English. But that actually makes a lot more sense why that whole thing played out differently now that I...
But I love that. It was like an indirect confession, but Victor didn't understand.
It's that one-sided confession where the one doesn't know it's happening.
Yep. And to the whole, skating world that is watching TV at that moment.
The parents know.
Come on. Yuri had posters of Victor in his room. He got a poodle and named it Victor.
He got the same type of dog Victor has and then called it Victor.
Yep. Oh, there's so many tease moments. So the thing is, so far we've watched a lot of shows that have cute, like more wholesome moments, not as many like what I would call ship tease moments, which is basically like, ooh, look at this cute little ship, and they're kind of like rubbing it in our faces a little bit. And I have counted way too many for this show, including when Victor was helping Yuri get ready for a performance and puts the chapstick on Yuri's lips, and then the one who idolizes Yuri was like freaking out in the background, and we all know that we were all reacting like the kid behind them.
Oh, and then there's that chip tease of they were in the bathhouse and Victor was trying to help Yuri with certain positions or movements.
Oh my goodness.
Man, even in that, you have people, the other guys in the bathhouse looking out the window like, what's going on out here?
And covering the little kid's face, just like, you shouldn't be seeing this.
And yet they're still watching. And then Yuri and Victor look over like, they have an audience.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so many little things. And I hope there is no doubt they kissed. We all know what scene I'm talking about.
Yep.
They kissed.
100%. And the fact that was on live television, too. So there is an element of this that I think gets a little bit lost. And I don't know if maybe this is not based in modern Japan / the modern Earth, or if it's meant to be more futuristic in this way, with the fact that, a lot of countries don't foresee gay relationships as good, And so I feel like they kind of brush past it a little, which I'm totally chill with because I don't like that notion necessarily. But the idea of Victor was totally fine kissing Yuri in front of all these people, all of these cameras, big competition, kissing Yuri without any problems whatsoever. And I think that kind of screams loudly to just how dedicated Victor is to Yuri.
Man, Yuri going out and trying to hug Victor in front of everyone, in front of the camera, live TVs and all that, is a different level than Victor like openly kissing.
Oh, yeah. Because honestly, if it was more staged like modern US or, modern world, unfortunately, that would probably go viral and not in a good way necessarily either,
Yeah, people nowadays really suck.
Actually, I think the creator at one point said that they wrote it in a world that accepts all forms of love.
Oh, okay.
So it's like supposed to be slightly different, like in a world that accepts gay relationships.
Well, even if with that still in mind, it's still a big thing to
do, especially like with how popular Victor is
like,
and he's a 5-time champion.
Yeah,
he's a 5-time champion, and not being any relationship, and then out of the nowhere, it already a shock that he's left his career to
coach
this guy who's never won a competition,
and then he's kissing him on live TV.
Yeah.
In such a short, it's been a few months, but it's been such a short amount of time that it's like, ooh.
That's so interesting because the time that Yuri on Ice came out was not a time where, I think, when did it come out? I'm actually going to look this up because I think
2016.
2016, thank you.
You have the notes for it.
No, I just remember from watching it.
Okay. Does anyone know the year that marriage was accepted in the US in specific for LGBT plus individuals? It was
no, I don't know.
I was in middle school. It hasn't been that long since the LGBT plus community was able to openly marry here in the US. So this anime was kind of it blew up here because it was one of the first representations of a more so wholesome LGBT relationship, I guess is a way to put it, because
it is so wholesome.
Healthy.
Yeah, healthy is a good way to put it too.
Wholesome, healthy, and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And come on, the opening.
The ending. I want to talk about the ending and all those photos of those two just like at the beach, chasing each other, throwing fireworks everywhere, and just having such a happy little montage.
I wish they gave us one happy kind of like the beach episode. I call it the beach episode, but it's like doesn't really pertain to the story. It's just a fun, fluffy episode. I wish they put 2 of those in there.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that they saved it for the 3rd to final episode.
That's true.
Before they had this kind of more fluffy filled, let's go sightseeing and buy each other rings and all that fun stuff.
No, they didn't buy each other rings. Yuri bought the rings. Oh, that's right.
Yuri bought the rings for both of them.
Yuri flat out bought their wedding rings. And then kind of showed it off to the group when they went out to eat.
And his friend mistaking and be like, congratulations on your marriage.
Everyone congratulating them. Some mixed feelings because it's Victor.
Oh,
So
Yurio.
Yurio's face. But what I love though about Yuri and Victor, like when they're at the skating competitions and everything, I just love how handsy they are with each other. Like there's like no shame, like like when they're in this like the kiss and cry, after he gets his scores, and like Victor's again hugging him, ruffling his hair, all that stuff. And even at one point, like when they're super excited over Yuri's score, he kisses Yuri's skate.
Yes, he gets down on his knees and kisses the skates. Like,
and this is on TV too. Like, no one in the world can miss the affection these two have for each other.
The
like, they're
skating god kisses someone else's skates.
Or like they kiss each other's hands before Yuri skates off to perform. All of it just.
They are so affectionate with each other.
For the main competition, when Victor kisses the ring, and then as Yuri's going out in the center, he kisses the ring also. Like,
and Victor does too. It's like that final moment of like, wish me luck.
Yeah.
Just ah! Especially when you think about how Yuri would run away at first, like in the first couple episodes, he'd be like, jump the fence, I'm out of here. But then he gets so used to it, like, 'cause
I'm gonna go crawl under a rock and die.
but when like Victor has to go back to Japan because of his dog, and Yuri is so used to his hugs after his competition or even before, he goes on a hugging spree and is hugging all the
I
other
need
skaters.
Victor's hug, but no one can satisfy.
No one could satisfy. Like, he even chases Yuri out, who's like, stay away from me. But just like, and everyone's just like, oh God, like they're like watch him walk away after he's like after hugging everybody.
I'm still out looking for that hug.
It's just like, that makes you kind of sad because he's just so used to Victor just loving on him. Like after he performs, it just is like nothing can satisfy him but Victor, and he tries to find something that will satisfy, but nothing does.
And their look at the airport when they met back up. Oh my god!
That first look through the glass.
Before Victor left, Yuri understood and feels the need to how important it would be for Victor to be there for his dog. Yuri was unable to be there for his, and
No.
so he felt the importance as much as it felt important for Victor to be there for him. He was more worried and put Victor at first because he knew if something did happen, Victor would probably have the same feelings as Yuri of wishing they went there. He did not want Victor to have those regrets. So as much as it was hurt, he knew he needed to send Victor back to Japan. That's just heartbreaking on how
important.
he knew how important and how hard, but also like.
But then, like, the reunion at the airport, like, the moment that Yuri sees Victor is there waiting for him, he runs. Like, both of them run to each other, and they run into each other's arms. Like, no hesitation anymore.
It's nice to see the dog there, but the dog probably should not have gone flying that soon after. But it's so cute to see the dog there, all happy, perfectly fine, and
then you're like thinking, oh, thank God the poodle's okay.
That was my initial thought the first time I ever watched it is, oh, the puppy's fine.
Oh, I would have such much different, more mixed feelings if they did do something to that puppy. This is supposed to be a lighthearted show. Don't hurt the doggos.
Guys, I literally was about to cry this last time I watched it just because I know how much my dog means to me. And, I can imagine, the fact that was one of the breaking aspects of of Yuri's last competition before Victor stepped into his life, He lost his dog. And that is one of the things that set him over the edge to the point that he couldn't, he kept messing up during his performance.
He lost his dog and it wasn't even there.
Yeah. And so I think it's so, I think it speaks leaps and bounds of Yuri just being like, no, you're going to Japan, get out of here kind of thing. Like, you're going, you're going to go see your dog.
Yeah. He didn't want Victor to have those.
He was also really struggling because you could tell he feels Yuri's need, and he also has that feeling wanting to go, but he cares so much for Yuri and knows how important this is that he didn't want to go. Not because he was very conflicted. So when he saw his old coach walking down the hall, you could see the relief and excitement in his eyes that there's someone that he can rely on. And he didn't give his old coach much choice. But it's like the relief in Victor's face as he's like, okay, so there is someone I trust to be there for Yuri while I go be with my dog. Which is also very important. And other than Yuri, the only other thing that's truly in his life is his dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want more info on Victor's side of things, though. I feel we have a pretty good understanding of Yuri's side of the whole equation, but I would love to know more about the turmoil Victor went through going out to Japan to go find his dog and knowing that he wasn't there with Yuri during a pretty important competition, honestly, because it was one of the pre-qualifiers. So, you know.
Man, along with the difficult conversations, when Yuri had his true panic attack before that one competition, a little bit sooner than this, Victor is trying to, in his mind, he's trying to help Yuri, but is like, doesn't know how to help him. So he tries a stupid saying of, oh, if you don't win, then I might as well go back to Germany,
Russia,
go back to my country,
Quit as your coach.
And
then he made Yuri cry.
But everything he tried to do before that too, like covering Yuri's ears when the announcement of the scores were coming out
and taking him out of the area, away from the crowd.
Yeah, so he tried everything before he was like, okay, I have to be a real piece of shit in order for Yuri to calm down here, which is kind of sad, but I definitely have to think that it shows some growth on Victor's part too, because he never coached before Yuri. He never was responsible for another individual, you know? So
yeah,
this is all a learning curve for him.
But the fact he tries so hard to like help Yuri, like that's really important. Like that he tries to help decrease his anxiety, and of course, in all of what he's doing, I mean, he's still very anxious, and so it's not completely working. But just, I love how like that he tries. You know, like that's important for anyone who has anxiety, is having someone who will be there and try to help.
Oh yeah.
Just believe in me.
Yeah.
Just be there. And I know things will be okay. Just believe in me. Don't give up on me. And I think with those words, it also pushed in Victor's mind on just how much Yuri also cares for him.
Yeah,
like Victor can see and actually sees and realizes just how much he means.
Yeah, especially like when at the beginning, when Victor is coaching Yuri, that he wants to perform really well because he doesn't want his mistakes to fall back on Victor. Because he doesn't want that to be the reflection that that he's giving off. He wants to perform well to show that Victor's work means something, especially stepping away from his own career to coach Yuri.
Yeah, and that's a big thing because he had the ball rolling. He was down to,
5-time champion.
Yeah. And he set world records. So it definitely is one of those where he had a lot going for him, and he was only 27. He's only 27. And that's kind of insane for someone who's 27 to be as accomplished as him and have still so much of his life to continue perfecting that.
Yeah.
And they do mention a lot in the show that skating professionally, they only have, or competition, they only have a certain time limit or time frame before their bodies start changing or can't keep up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they don't have that long before they can't do it anymore. But in such a short amount of time, he won his first one when he was 22. For 5 years running, he was approximately 22 years old when he won his first gold.
It's insane.
Man, the other hard thing also at the very end, when they were having the conversations with each other and trying to figure out what they wanted for the next
season.
I just love how Victor's not wanting to accept Yuri quitting after the season.
Oh my goodness, we need to talk about that because holy crap, there's a lot that goes on around that,
Oh, yeah.
Because, they had this very exciting, this very well done performance by Yuri, you know.
Mhm.
Yes, he did end up slipping a little and falling, but it's one of those where he was up higher than I think he's ever been in a final show.
Yeah.
So, you know,
yeah.
him going to Victor at the end of the day and being like, hey, I want to let you know I'm retiring after this, and seeing Victor cry about it.
Yeah, especially since at like the airport that Victor does tell Yuri that he hopes that he never retires.
Yeah.
Because Yuri wants him to stay as his coach.
Mm-hmm. And that's like the first argument and the only real argument, I think. I don't know if there's much arguing between the two of them.
No, just mainly
really.
like when Victor gets frustrated with him sometimes. Like they get a little snitty with each other. But I think that's the first time we actually see like that, like a
But the
fight.
A back and forth.
Full fight of back and forth. Like, yes, you need to keep skating. Like, you've gone this far and you're just gonna quit just like that. And Yuri's like, I've met my goal. I went as far as I want, farther than I thought I could ever do it. So I'm satisfied. And it's like, Victor's like, that's not enough. Come on.
He says, I'm disappointed. That's disappointing. And I think that is just such a harsh but very real thing, because, you know, Yuri looked up to Victor for so long. To have him disappointed with, you know, have his idol disappointed with him. It honestly, I think, was interesting that the author chose not to make it super sad for Yuri, you know, because I know if I were in Yuri's shoes, I would have been losing it at that point. You know, the person I looked up to just told me they were disappointed in me and that, you know, I would continue to spiral. But Yuri was like, no, like, I understand that your, you know, life is being put on hold for me, and I don't feel like that should be fair.
Yeah, because he wanted Victor to return to the ice.
Mm-hmm.
But Victor also saw it as, I want to compete against you, and you are my protege. That's pretty much what he's doing, is trying to, he doesn't have much inspiration for himself, so it really helped for him to find another wow factors for me to create a protege or someone else who can beat and meet up to me, who can be my equal on the skating. Man, he ended up making two in the process with Yuri and Yurio, but
Yeah. Both Yuris.
yeah, but like, he expected and wanted more, and he knew Yuri can do it. So he knows Yuri can do it, and he has faith and trust that Yuri can. And then to hear that he's just gonna quit after this, not even gonna try and go farther, go beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, disappointing.
Very disappointing.
Especially after how invested he's gotten in like Yuri's career, but also in Yuri himself, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like their attachment to each other, because Yuri became Victor's motivation. And then suddenly he's saying, I'm stepping off the ice. Like that was probably devastating for Victor to hear.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Victor, if Yuri really did step off the ice, Victor would probably step off the ice too.
Man, during the last competition, the freestyle, you could definitely see the sparkle and Victor feeling and coming alive and wanting to be competition again. Like that passion, you can see that passion has returned to him, and he's wanting to compete against Yuri and Yurio and be on the same skating, but he can't have that if Yuri's just gonna quit on him.
Mm-hmm. I think it's so clever of Victor how he kind of manipulates it a little bit to have them both win. Because I think it's funny that Victor goes up to Yurio and is like, are you really going to let him beat you? Kind of attitude to fire Yurio up to the point that Yurio ends up beating Yuri. I think that was 100% intentional.
Oh, yes. He's like, okay, I told Yuri that I ain't gonna marry him or do this until I can kiss his gold medal. So I'm gonna motivate someone else who he knows can do it to beat Yuri.
Yep. Yep.
To force Yuri to compete against him. But at the end, he said, I ain't gonna kiss that. It's not gold.
He literally is like, nope, not the color I wanted, bro. Try again.
It's nice, but nope. You're gonna have to compete again next year and the next 5 years after that.
Yep. Because I'm going to have to do both. And how are you going to compensate me with that? You know?
Because, yeah, even before Yuri started his performance, Victor told him, I took a break after becoming a 5-time world champion to coach you. So how is it possible you still haven't won a single gold medal?
Yeah.
It's just like,
I think in a way, Victor's just like pouting. Like, his whole demeanor is totally pouting.
God of the ice. And you're my protege and you still haven't won a gold. What the fuck, dude?
Well, and it's more, I definitely know it wasn't a belittling type of thing. Like, how dare you? It was definitely more of a, you didn't get a gold medal. Kind of like a peer pressure-y kind of.
Peer pressure pout. There we go.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, his boyfriend, he knows can do so much with his potential. And he's just like,
Yeah. Victor did remind and help Yuri know how much. What?
Victor turned on the puppy eyes for Yuri to continue skating.
Yes. But yeah, Victor helped like, oh, you have so much stamina. So that means you can do more jumps and things that would get you more points and do better at the end, which normally they do them near the beginning to middle. So by doing it at the end, it's more points. Like, you have the potential. Man, true, it should be near your end of your skating. But like, for these last few years, until you're done with skating, you can do so much more.
Yeah, because I think that really like fires up Yuri. Because then, like, you know, his internal monologue while he's performing, where he says on his quotation marks last time on the ice, and he's like, I want to skate with Victor forever. You know, like that's his thing. And when he does that final spin at the end of his performance, and he stops and he's pointing at Victor.
Oh yeah.
Every time he ends with that pointing, even the one when Victor wasn't there, whenever he points, we know he's always pointing and reaching out for Victor. Even if whether he's there or not, he's always reaching. Whenever he reaches out at the end, he's reaching for Victor. Oh my gosh.
And I love that they show it in that like final episode that he's actually like, he stopped at the right time to point directly at his boyfriend.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's my boyfriend over there.
But what I love too about that performance is like, as he does the changes throughout the different times he's competing, that he turns the last quad in his performance into Victor's signature move, the quadruple flip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he lands it. He eventually gets it. And it's like, that's just his Victor's signature move.
Which is people rarely do that or is able to land it. And he does it like,
Yep.
oh.
But then I love how it really did get to Yuri, because then like after he wins the silver and then he goes to Victor and he's just like, no, I'm not gonna kiss your medal. And so Yuri then says, will you stay on as my coach for another year? So it's like Victor's little plan worked.
Well, you need to compensate me because I'll be your coach, but I also want to compete. So
against you. And I love how he like tackles him to the ground in like a hug, and they're just like, then they end up just like cuddling there for a little bit. Like,
and then the couple dance at the very end.
Oh yes, I love that.
oh my gosh, yes.
It just gave me chills watching it, because you know, they got what they wanted in the end, because honest to goodness, Yuri didn't want to quit ice skating. He wanted Victor to keep being his coach. He even admitted it, but he didn't want to be selfish in that way either. And in the end, they were both able to make it work. And I think that's just like such a satisfying ending to it.
Yeah, because like a couple episodes previous, like Yuri had said that he wanted to be known as the man who took Victor off the ice, kind of like to come be his coach. And then he started feeling guilty about it and wanting Victor to return to the ice. And then they find a compromise, you know, like that he will still stay on as the coach, but Victor will still return to the ice. And then that final performance together, it's and they turn it into a partner's routine too.
Oh yeah,
like he's performing it alone at first, and then you scream, of course, when Victor joins him.
Oh yeah.
And then they're doing lifts, and then like especially like when Yuri like caresses his face in the middle of the performance, and Victor leans into it, and then that's what I love about their chemistry. It's like it's not like screaming loud, like with kisses and, you know, heavy scenes and stuff. It's
just subtle moments.
It's subtle and beautiful, hilarious teasing.
Oh, I love the teasing, especially when like Yuri can start kind of teasing back in the future, like because it takes him a little while to get, you know, the ground underneath him for that, but then he's able to. And again, then even in that performance, you can see that the playfulness has returned to their relationship. Like it's not as serious anymore. Like that little stage there where they were kind of going through that bump in the road. Yeah. But then they're like, yay, at the end, like
all is well and good.
But then Yuri moves to Russia so he can be be with Victor.
I did not know that.
He did. Yeah, at the end, he moves to Russia so he can train under Victor while Victor returns under Yakov, his coach.
Yeah.
And it makes me kind of laugh because, like, when Yakov took Victor's place temporarily as Yuri's coach, and everything is like, he's like all proud, like when he sees him performing, like, yeah, like, and then he like is like getting after him a little bit and the kiss and cry and stuff. And then you can 100% see that Yakov is like so fucking done with these lovebirds because he's training, and then he probably jumps in a little bit. He's like, Victor, you're not being a good coach.
I would love to see that so much. Oh my goodness.
Or like when like maybe Yuri and Victor are flirting, and even like Yuri goes, what the? I'm trying to practice, and you too. But yeah, I would love to see what happens while Yuri is training in Russia.
You know, I really wish they did come out with that movie.
I know.
Like, oh.
Do you want to know the thing? I'm actually not as sad about the movie not coming out because it would be lacking Yuri in a way, because it's just about Victor's upbringing on the ice.
Oh,
it's
really?
not about, So the Ice Adolescence, which was just recently canceled, was originally going to be about Victor being brought up as a figure skater. It was more of Victor's story than it was Victor and Yuri's story.
Well, I still would have loved to see, because that would have also given us Victor's side of the story, like we mentioned earlier, how we wanted his side of what he's feeling and going through. Man, that's more of his younger years, but still.
But I'm pretty sure they would have added a Yuri and Victor moment at the end.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. They had to. If they didn't, they'd have fans coming after them.
I mean, I'm still sad about it, but I'm not as sad as if it were like announcing season 2 and then canceling that. Because I would go burn down a building.
At the rates that anime does things, we would be on our deathbed when they come out with season 2, and we'd be like, wait, don't pull the plug yet. Let's binge.
I have to watch this. I have to watch this for the next 3 months.
I've been waiting 50 years.
But like the final quote that Yuri like says like at the very end of that episode, the final, you know, he says they call everything on the ice love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you're thinking, they became each other's motivators and they fell in love with each other on the ice.
Yeah.
And then you think, damn, he got his idol. got his idol to fall in love with him. And then you also think about like that scene where, you know, he doesn't remember after the party, after he danced with Victor and all that stuff and asked him to be his coach. And then you realize that's kind of like when Victor kind of fell in love with Yuri, because he was the one who got away, like Cinderella. The one who makes you fall in love with him and then disappears at midnight. And then you see them performing your dance routine.
Yep.
Like about a year later. I mean, that was like the final straw for Victor to be like, okay, I'm going to Japan. I'm going to go bag a husband.
The funny thing is, when Yuri came after Victor, you know, this whole time, Victor was never planning on going back. He made Yuri panic for nothing.
No, it wasn't for nothing,
Well,
though.
it motivated him to do and work more for sure. But, like, Victor was never planning on going back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, can we just like talk about the fact like when Yurio landed in Japan, his plan to find Victor was screaming his name. Victor, where are you?
Well, there can't be
hoodie.
too many Victors in Japan.
It's funny. I just had
That
to,
can
I had to
speak
point
his
that out. I was
language.
like,
Whatever language Yurio is shouting out, there can't be too many who understands, and those who do, there can't be that many Victors in Japan, is there?
no, probably not. But I just love the progression in the relationship. Like you can see it in the subtle ways. Like just throughout each episode, you can see the depth changing. Like it gets more and more and more. Because like when they're, I think it's in the hotel in Barcelona. Like they push the beds together. Like, just things like that. I love it.
Victor finally got his sleepover.
Oh, I bet he was so happy. Or like when he told Yuri to take a nap before his competition, and then he just like flops on top of Yuri and stays there. He's like, but Yuri doesn't freak out. So it's like, oh, they nap together, like cuddling the whole time. Just no.
But when they get drunk at that bar, like is before the competitions, and Yuri's like, no, I shouldn't drink, and all the other competitors and Victor is drinking to the point where they are literally throwing off clothes and
Oh my
just
god.
And the fact that
riot.
like Yuri seems kind of used to it, because like he's just like, it makes you wonder how many times that has happened.
the two young underage kids competitors come, and Victor's naked hanging on Yuri, and they're like,
Him and his friend post a picture.
Is this appropriate for us to be here? As they take a video or picture, and you see pants fly on and the underwear fly off as well.
It's like, God damn, Victor. Why are you stripping?
You already take off your shirt, leave the rest on. Hottie hanging on to you. Jeez, you're lucky.
Or like in the pool where then Victor comes in going, I'm freezing. And like just like 100% just jumps on Yuri. And like, you're going to be my bed warmer. Warm me up.
I'm not your bed warmer. Get off. You're freezing.
Again, I just love seeing the subtle progression, like, and showing like the closeness and the intimacy but growing between them. Because even like, just
They're so cute. Okay. Well, we're reaching our point where we need to start talking about these tropes. These lovely tropes. I think we've dove into quite a few. I already mentioned one of mine, so let me go ahead and share that here if I can find it in my notes. Again, too many notes, guys. So the falling in love montage, I already mentioned this, but the very end sequence, just seeing all the photos and stuff of everyone, but ultimately Yuri and Victor being together is just such a cute way to see that even after the show ends and they decide to move to Russia and, you know, practice skating, you know that they're spending moments at the beach. They're spending moments together and they're having fun. Yes. And it's just so wholesome to see that.
Yes. I would love more.
I love it.
All right. So one of the tropes I found was no loves intersect. like characters get with their love interest without any messy love triangles or other kinds of romantic drama.
It's about fucking time. After a few weeks of love triangles, guys, I am over the love triangle shindig.
But I love it. Like, there's like no question of who they're going to be with. There's no exes in the picture, nothing. Just seeing them slowly fall in love with each other with each episode. I liked seeing the no drama of like struggling to, especially I guess with Yuri, like changing that love he felt for Victor from that of his idol to the man he's in love with.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there wasn't too much mess about that because it happened like naturally with each episode, like how that changed with him having time with Victor.
It's so cute.
Yes.
Okay, one trope is student-teacher romance. Students fall in love with their teachers or vice versa. Hell yes. I think the
Victor was the
teacher-
first.
Victor was the first. The teacher was the first.
Because he was the one who ran away at midnight.
Literally ran away from his own coach to become the coach of someone else.
I think it's so interesting though, because Victor fell in love with Yuri before, Victor became his coach, but Yuri fell in love with him in that regard after Victor was already coaching him.
Well, he was in love and wanted, and the only real excuse he could come up with to be with Yuri is to be his coach. Man, Yuri did ask him to be his coach.
Yeah.
So,
But then I actually think Victor saw it as like a rejection not hearing from Yuri after the party.
Yeah.
Then that's why he didn't do anything. Like, he didn't pursue Yuri like right away, like to be his coach, like right away and everything. Because I mean, when the person you're interested in runs away and ghosts you, I mean,
He didn't have a slipper to go off of this time.
but seeing Yuri perform that after told him that, he does still want me, man. He's mimicking me. If he doesn't want me, then he wouldn't be mimicking me. So,
Yeah.
that was all he needed to pack his bags.
Alrighty. The glomp.
what?
Tackling and hugging your love interest tightly.
That happened so.
That happens way too much in the show.
Hell yes.
So I felt like that was a trope that I had to point out because it is so obvious throughout the entire story. Every time that they're clinging to each other, they ain't letting go, man. It's going to take a crowbar to pry them apart.
Especially after seeing how Yuri reacts after not getting Victor's hug after a competition. I mean, we saw the consequences.
I would love to hear Yakov tell Victor, don't you fucking leave him behind again. That was the scariest shit I had ever seen in my life.
Yurio griped about it all night. He was traumatized.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh.
It's so good.
It's like, stay away from me.
That scene is the funniest moment in that whole show. Like, I just lost it the first time I saw it. Like, he's going on a hugging rampage, and all these skaters are like, what the hell?
It's so great. Oh,
I love it. So, this one may be a little interesting. Why is my screen going dark? Sorry. So this is just my, probably maybe more of a personal opinion, but I'm sure many fans will agree with me. So, the off-screen romance. 2 characters are found to have hooked up sometime off-screen.
oh yeah, I can kind of agree with that.
But I wonder if they really did, because Victor seems to be holding, like, at the very end, Victor's like, nope, you cannot have me, and I will not kiss your medal, and you cannot have me until you get gold.
He doesn't say anything about not having him.
True. But
he says, is there anything that will excite me? So, I mean, in like episode 6, Chris says to Yuri, guess your master's giving you very thorough training. What are you implying by that, Chris? And like, I mean, Yuri doesn't deny it. So it makes you kind of wonder.
True.
Yeah,
Like,
That is very true.
because I mean, I found out apparently there's something going around about an animation between Victor and Yuri in Barcelona after the competition. I'm assuming it. I'm pretty sure it's a
fan, dude.
Oh. So I'm just kind of, is that when it happened? Did it happen sooner? Like, because I think, yeah, it happened off screen at some point.
I will say, as hot as Victor is, when Yuri's on the ice and actually has that confidence in himself, without the confidence it said I want to hold him, but when he has that confidence as in doing, he is good looking as well. Like, shoot me down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you then think about, like, Victor is Yuri's inspiration for Eros. Mm-hmm. So you're just like,
I want to see them skate more times to Eros.
I was expecting her to say something really dirty.
Yeah, me too, a little.
I'm singing in a clean way.
For once.
Yeah,
compared to the beginning of this episode.
Wacky marriage proposal, an unconventional marriage proposal. So they don't write out say, will you marry me? But I says wacky, so I wouldn't say fully wacky, but like it's still just out of nowhere. They are walking into a store without any preparation, just like, oh, I'm gonna buy these 2 rings, go in front of a church, well, go walk in, stand in front of a church and give each other the rings.
I think it's so funny.
Without saying we're engaged, without actually saying it, they're getting engaged.
Well, and the funny thing is that Victor had no idea at first what the fuck was going on. He was just like, his face was just, wait, are we really doing this thing?
And Yuri's just like going off the excuse that it's a lucky charm BS. You know what it really is.
Yeah, because like when they're having that group dinner with everybody, like when they notice, Victor does say they're a pair.
Yeah.
And then
Yuri freaks out. But
he really does say it's an engagement ring.
Yeah.
And they'll get married once he wins a gold medal. So, yeah.
It's different than your usual.
But yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's a lucky charm, quotation marks. But I guess, and then Yuri's way of thanking Victor for everything was proposing to him. He was not letting that skater get away.
Nope. No. Yuri is ambitious. He got the skater god to fall in love with him, and now he's keeping him. Like, those rings are tying him together.
Oh, yeah.
And then they skate together on the ice, and it's all love. I love it.
Oh. Now for the big moment of truth, captains. What is your vote on today's ship?
I think it's pretty obvious at this point.
They are gonna sail.
We're throwing the plushies and flowers and everything onto the ice.
The sushi ones. I kept pointing them out.
We are gonna freeze the ocean, and they're gonna skate across the sea.
Yes!
And they're gonna ice skate forever with each other.
Oh
we
my
need
gosh.
a poodle plush to throw out to the
Yes!
These two are the true OTP, and they were my very first boy love anime. So yes.
I 100% ship these two. I think they're so adorable
and perfect for each other.
Just perfect, yeah.
They are gonna sail and skate forever with each other.
Oh yeah.
If they decide to have kids together, those kids are going to be like the most perfect figure skaters ever.
Oh yes.
They're the 2 greatest teachers ever.
The kids are gonna beat all the real world records.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And Yuri and Victor will be so proud.
They'll be in the ring with the banners and stuff, and that'll just be the cutest thing. Oh my goodness.
While their parents are performing, the kids would most likely be a lot like those 3 triplets.
Oh my goodness.
Recording everything.
And posting things on the internet without permission.
You gotta
need
thank
this.
those three though, because if they hadn't posted Yuri performing Victor's routine,
Oh yeah, no, the whole thing wouldn't have happened. Alrighty, well, thank you for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed listening to us talk about your favorite ships, leave us a review on whatever platform you listen to. You are also welcome to send any couple recommendations or questions for the Roll for Ships to our email. Our email is battleshipspod@gmail.com. And we thank you again for listening, and we will see you guys next time. Next time, Episode 5, Eren and Mikasa from Attack on Titan.